Hello and welcome to this YouTube channel, The Strategy Studio. A career that puts you right at the heart of a national change, a role where your work creates real and visible impact. अगर तुमने कभी ऐसा करियर इमेजिन किया है, then you are in the right place. Today we are breaking down the complete roadmap to a career in. Let me start with a simple question. Do you want a career that's more than just a job title? समथिंग जहाँ तुम्हारा काम डायरेक्टली पॉलिसी को इन्फ्लुएंस करे, पब्लिक सर्विसेज को इम्प्रूव करे एंड एक्चुअली शेप द नेशन. इफ दैट साउंड्स लाइक यू, देन you are definitely on the right track. So here is the plan. First we will define the destination, what government consulting really is. Then we will talk about building your skill set. After that we will map out your job search, understand how to crack interviews, and finally look at what your long-term career path could look like. Alright, let's start with a basic question. What is government consulting? In simple terms, it's all about partnership. Government consultants work closely with the public institution, from central ministries to the district administration, solving real world problem. और ये सिर्फ रिपोर्ट लिखने का काम नहीं है. It's all about supporting policy decision, helping with the implementation and driving reforms that actually improve how system work on the ground. And the field is extremely diverse. One day you could be a policy analyst working on the data for the education program. The next day you could be in the PME role, ensuring a large infrastructure project stays on the track. Or you could be an monitoring and evaluation specialist, evaluating how a health scheme is performing in reality. All of this happens across sectors that are critical to the India's development. So now the destination is clear. The next question is, how do you need to get there? Let's talk about your toolkit. Your foundation usually start with an education. Degree in public policy, economics, management or law are quite common. But the real edge comes from a practical skill. Certification in data analysis, project management or policy research can make a big difference. बट ऑनेस्टली सबसे पावरफुल चीज़ होती है रियल वर्ल्ड एक्सपोजर. इंटर्नशिप विद द MPs, NGOs और थिंक टैंक कैन completely change your trajectory. And here is something important. You need two types of skills. First, hard skill, and second is the soft skills. Talking about hard skills, structured problem solving, data analysis and a solid understanding of a policy is very important. Second, soft skill, stakeholder management, clear communication and empathy for the ground realities. ये दो स्किल्स है जो आइडियाज़ को इम्पैक्ट में कन्वर्ट करते हैं. सो हाउ डू यू एक्चुअली बिल्ड दिस स्किल्स? It is an active process. Work on case studies to sharpen your problem solving, attend workshop and boot camps to build technical skills, and great exercise to write your own policy notes on current issues. और जितना हो सके field exposure लो. That's where the theory meets the reality. Now let's talk about the job search. In the field, having a strong resume is important, but it's only a half the story. The other half is your network. Referrals and connections play a huge role. So networking isn't optional; it's essential. Then how do you do? Stay active on the LinkedIn. Don't just send connection requests. Engage with the people works. Use your alumni network. Attend policy events and conferences and have real conversations. और जो रिलेशनशिप तुम इंटर्नशिप के दौरान बिल्ड करते हो उन्हें सीरियसली लो, एंड एनी वन ऑफ देम कैन टर्न इनटू द रेफरल. नाउ इमेजिन you have landed the interview. This is where the things get interesting. Interviewers are not looking for the perfect textbook answers. They want to see how you think, how you structure the problems, and whether you have applied real world understanding. Case study questions are common. Most people give a generic answer, but what really stands out is a project based answer, something specific backed by the data and linked to your actual experience. That's the difference. You connect your past work to the problems they want you to solve. Now let's say you get the job, but the journey doesn't stop there. A typical career path starts as an analyst, where you build the foundation, then you move to a consultant role, handling parts of a projects, After that, you could become a project manager leading teams, and eventually a policy advisor working on the high level strategy. So what drives growth? First, become an expert in one sector you care about. Second, take ownership. Don't just complete tasks, be responsible for the outcomes. Third, understand how decisions are actually made with the government system. ये डेप्थ ही तुम्हें आगे ले जा सकती है, वेदर यू ग्रो विद द कंसल्टिंग और मूव इनटू द गवर्नमेंट और थिंक टैंक्स. And that's your complete roadmap from building skills to growing your career in government consulting. The path is clear. बस एक सवाल बचा है, where are you going to begin? Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel for more insightful videos like this.